Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the second channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be breaking down Angelic versus Crazy Racoon, the grand finals of the APAC region, the first monthly final for the year. It happened last weekend. I was watching it in bed whilst I was half asleep, so I don't even remember fully this game, so it'd be nice to rewatch it. But saying that, I've just commentated for the first 4 minutes of this game and realized I weren't recording, so I'm just laughing in my head. I can't get over what I just did, but I'll be breaking it down. So if you're unfamiliar with who Angelic are, I would say if just a casual viewer, definitely wouldn't have heard of any of these players. I heard of them from Twitter and just seeing the results from like the qualifiers and whatever else, but I never really watched them before until these monthly finals, and they really impressed me in the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and of course now in the finals against Crazy Racoon. So this will be a crazy game because Crazy Racoon are literally one of the best teams in the world, and Angelic literally, I think, reaching the monthly final for the first time. Again, I'm not too familiar whether these people have actually got into a monthly final before. Maybe they have in the past. Again, I don't keep completely in touch with all the other regions. I watch pretty much all the monthly finals, but it's hard to keep up with all the different storylines, you know. But anyways, you can see the draft unfold here quickly on New Horizons. So what I really like about these teams, and especially from Angelic, is banning that Buster. I just like that because I don't know why you'd let Buster go through. So many cheesy strategies. People think they can counter it, but why not just ban the Brawler? Just get rid of cheese. And that's a good late pick from Sai Tampo there on the Sprout. So the thing you got to be really wary about with Sprout is that if Gray can connect some gadgets, it's going to be really tough. But if you can keep your distance, and Sprout has good matchups, but I would definitely get the Sprout on the Charlie, get Bo on the Gray, and then that's a much better matchup. So that's a really good walking cane there. I think a couple of connections from Kanga. It's very, very important as a Gray to connect your gadgets so you can cycle through to your first super, because of course Gray doesn't have the most range. It's all about trying to get a good gadget and confirming the kill. So Mizzy's going to go up here with the gadget. Mega's really weak here, so you can't really back him up. He's going to get a little bit of a tap onto side Tampo, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough. So a lot of people as well are changing gadgets with Charlie, especially on like knockout. They're using, I don't even know what, I think that gadget's called personal space, I think. But yeah, people use it on game modes like Bounty and Knockout for extra survivability. But not only that, I think 2 out of the 3 Brawlers, Bo and Sprout, can actually just kill the spiders with like one shot. So that's probably why it's not really useful. And of course, a lot of times on this map, people are grouped up, so they're always going to be close to those type of Brawlers. So looks like Nanny's going to pop super right here. He's going to go for the Piper, but Piper just jumps away in time. Tensai messes up a wall a little bit here. Does get hit with a walking cane, and that's a really well-timed gadget. But looks like Tensai's going to pop Hypercharge, and Kanga manages to find the walking cane somehow. Somehow he able to connect that, and then gets a further 2 shots onto the Bow. I'm unsure how they're allowing Gray to hit so many shots, to be honest. Like, he's able to cycle him through so many supers. I feel like Gray shouldn't be doing as much work. Is Kanga just him, especially against CR? I mean, big props to him, and they're easily going to get the pinch on these guys right here. And God, these guys are playing absolutely insane so far. It's crazy to see. Kanga on Gray is definitely him. I need some lessons because I can't hit a walking cane gadget for my life. So 90 people is going through the back. It's going to hit Piper, 280 HP, but I love that strategy right there. It's insane. Kanga manages to hit 1 shot onto Tensai, or 2 maybe, to get a super, and then can just teleport onto him easily. A good gadget from the Charlie to get some extra survivability, and that's Moya that's going down. So I want to break down that play because that was absolutely beautiful. People might just think, oh, that's just typical play. But what I just love it when nannies, they put the peep all the way in the back and they can hit any Brawler from behind. So the reason why that's so good is because a lot of times you won't get kills with nanny peeps no matter the Brawler. But if you hit them from behind, it pushes them closer to your teammates, and your teammates more often than not will find the kill. But even in that scenario, he was super weak. He had to run away. He couldn't really help Tensai. Sprout being defenseless because he's one of the worst Brawlers to any type of aggro. He couldn't really defend himself against Gray, and that just made it a free kill for Kanga. But some really good aggression. Again, a good connection for the walking cane. And what's really important as well when you hit the walking cane is to get like maybe 1 or 2 following shots to try and get super. And Kanga manages that every single time. And a walking cane from max distance to get... Oh, what? This guy is just insane. He's insane on Gray. The fact that like he's facing off against the best players in the world and he's able to pull off plays like that the thing that I just love about Angelic is that they feel like they've just got no fear. Like, I think most of the team are pretty young. I know Mizzy's 16, and I think most of these are from Hong Kong as well. So again, not many people would have known these guys. Like, they of course didn't reach monthly finals. They're probably too young to even compete last year. Again, I want to hear their backstory because it's an insane story to even get to the final in this region. But to be doing this against Crazy Racoon, they've got a big future ahead of them. Like, it's insane gameplay. The thing that you got to do, even against the best players, and not be afraid to take risks. Like, Kangaro's growing up and just walking caning them to death every single time. A great connection from Mizzy, the super, onto Side Tampo. He should be able to get the kill here. Side Tampo's got super, so he can jump away. I felt like they really could have actually won that round. I don't think that gadget's going to work out in his favor too much, but I think he's just trying to cycle towards his super. And now Kanga has no walking cane, so this is a bit unfortunate. I think Crazy Racoon are a little bit stumbled here. I would say the aggression from Angelic's definitely caught him off guard. Some good plays from Kanga and just overall from the team has kind of made him a little bit wobbly. But I think they can hold on and get this win for sure, because like Gray hasn't got super, so surely with like with a Sprout Wall, with Piper, you shouldn't be letting Gray get into your distance whatsoever on this map now. Like, to me, this seems like a free win pretty much most of the time, but there's going to be a nanny peep going down. Good jukes from Side Tempo. Again, you got to be disciplined. Do not let the Gray push forward and hit any shots to get his super. Side Tempo with the jukes, of course, he's one of the best at juking it in the world. We've got Crazy Racoon. We've got Tensai with the hypercharge Sprout here. Chooses not to use it just yet. I think he's going to wait for the gas to close in. The walls haven't been the best, but I guess the map's literally opened up. Mizzy with the super through the bow totem, which is going to allow him to get the kill pretty much there. And Kanga on the other side of things gets his super and teleports onto like, I'm just lost for words. How was able to kill Crazy Racoon that quickly and then find himself one set up, and that was insanely convincing, and I'm kind of startled myself. So now we're moving on to set number 2. We have Bridge Too Far Heist. So let's have a look at the bans right here on the screen. So we see Angelo, we see Colt, we see a first pick Eve from Crazy Racoon, which I would say in previous metas would be a bit questionable, but right now Eve's just in such a good position. Angelic respond with the Chuck straight away, and they respond with Charlie, so that's already like the best shutdown brawler. Probably the only way that Crazy Racoon can respond is through Cordelius, but they respond with a Fang, so that is extremely interesting. I'm wondering how this will really play out, to be honest. Like, I guess Fang can like stun Chuck and stop him from supering from post to post, but I would rather go with like a Cordelius or something like that. I just don't really see Fang as a good heist brawler unless it's against squishier brawlers. So Mizzy here is going to get good super into middle. So what he's going to do is use the rerouting gadget there, which is really good to get his post on the high safe, because it's really hard to get that post on the high safe. That's by far the most important one. Once you got that one down, you can just get posts throughout the whole map really easily. Right here, he's just going to get one in that position. But unfortunately, it's going to take him a little bit while to get set up. But then once he does, he's just confirmed to get damage all the time. So I think those posts are a little bit off there. I think he should have put it a little bit further up. I'm not too sure. Let's see here, but Fang just gets the a gadget here and gets the super. But the thing about Chuck, you just keep going in time and time again. That's why I just end up banning Chuck out as much as possible in my rank games, because I just don't want to deal with the constant aggression, constantly supering back. So Mizzy actually unfortunately kind of misplaced his supers there, but I think he gets it right this time around. He's got to do the super trick where he goes through the high save twice there, which is absolutely beautiful. I'm not too sure what's happening this side here. Mizzy's got super again. He's just looking to chip down Tensai. He's going to get stunned again here, but he might be able to get a lot of damage. He somehow cycles through his super again here, which is kind of crazy. And that's what I'm talking about with Fang. Like, it's good that it stops Chuck in his path, whatever you call it, in his tracks. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for a funny pun, but it's not going to kill him a lot of the time. Again, that's another stun down, and now there's no stuns left for Tensai. Again, it's not really completely shutting him down like a Cordelius would, to be honest, or just any other brawler. Like, I felt like the strategy was, I don't know, like, look at that. Chuck just goes, like, he literally just runs from, again, excuse the pun, but he just runs a train on him. It's just absolutely insane. And they just can't keep up. You know, Eve doesn't really do enough damage. You know, Kanga's doing a really good job here. Mega's doing a really good job. I'm not really highlighting their plays enough, but they're just winning their lanes so incredibly consistently. They're on the back foot for a lot of the game, but Mego here getting a lot of pressure. And again, now Chuck's gonna go in. There's nothing that they can do. He gets the kill with his super. He's gonna go out with his next super to confirm the round win. And I'm lost for words myself rewatching this. I didn't remember it going this smoothly whatsoever. The Chuck pick, like, I feel like now pros understand how to counter Chuck well. I mean, if you don't have to counter it effectively, just ban it out. There's no point just leaving it in a draft stage. It just leads to really wonky interactions and plays because, like I said, once the Chuck gets set up, he's literally guaranteed to get high stat damage eventually, right? So what's the point even leaving it in that place? So again, he's going to go for the play, which is really smooth. He gets Tensai really weak as well. Like, Chuck is actually doing quite a lot of damage. I think he messed up the post again, I'm pretty sure. Like, you know, he did kind of near that barrel bit, but let's see if we can get him within range. He's just going to go back and forth towards the post, which is pretty clever. He's not going to waste any time getting enough damage. Eve's doing a good job right there, and Tensai goes for the kill with Chuck, and Chuck still gets the kill. Like, the shield that you get with your super is insane with Chuck. It is so strong. Literally, the best ways to counter Chuck is either go with Charlie or Cordelius, or just leave him alone and try and base race. So I just think that, again, Fang's not really doing a great job of countering. Megu's doing a great job of pushing him back, getting as much pressure as possible. Tensai gets the stun that time around, but look at that. He's able to still get his super. Fang can't kill him at all, because by the time Fang's about to kill him, he's just going to get another super. Goes through again. Tensai finally gets the kill there, but I think he's got one stun left. Side Tampo's done a really good job down his lane. I think he's beating a Lola lane as Nani, which is kind of insane, to be honest, because Lola has a lot of HP and can be pretty wiggly down this lane. But Side Tampo with the TP gets the kill. Bro, this guy is so clean with every interaction. It's kind of hard not to fanboy Side Tampo. Like, how can you not? He's literally one of the best players in the world easily. So Tensai gets some good connections with Fang there. Mizzy's still going to go in with the Chuck, get some good confirmed damage. Tampos manages to win his lane again by the sliver, like the smallest amount of margins ever. But Fang's got a hyper charge here, I think. But yeah, gets a stun onto the Chuck, and they actually managed to win that one that time around. Okay, that was pretty clean in the end. I think there was just a few interactions. If the Lola would have won a few times against Side Tampo, I think they probably would have won that game right there. But that's the difference in the CR factor, right? You've got literally 3 incredibly gifted mechanical players. They're going to win their matchups 1v1 down the lane quite well, even if they don't have matchup. And especially if you give a brawler like Nani to Side Tampo. Again, I know I'm fanboying him, but he's just got some insane aim. It's really hard to dodge one of the best players in the world. So they're going to double stack his lane here, which is an interesting strat. They'll probably try to do it to overwhelm the Nani so Nani could get no damage on the high save, but instead, you know, I mean, even Charlie and Eve are going to get a lot of damage on the save. So it's left to Mizzy defending Side Tampo here. He's doing a good job of juking and trying to stay alive, but Side Tampo still manages to get the kill there and get some damage onto the save as Nani, which you can't really leave a Nani on the save. But also Eve, not Eve actually, that's some Charlie spiders on the save, I believe, and that's Lola going to town with some damage. So unfortunately, Mizzy hasn't really got the setup that he wants. A good super from Mizzy right there. I mean, from Megu to get the connection onto Tensai. That's a really weird post positioning from Mizzy, I guess. He was just trying to take down Side Tampo with that. The gadget didn't really work out in his favor. So even with a minute in the game and the posts aren't fully set up, they've still got a lot of pressure. So again, I'm not too sure about that post placement. I think he might have auto-aimed that by accident, or that might have been a big brain play. I don't really know, but the damage is coming down from the spiders. That is getting a lot of damage. Lola's going in as well. Mizzy is still alive and a sliver of HP, and CR have to defend this literally flawlessly to win this game. But Mizzy's going to get super, so they need to go fast. At least they've got a gadget here. That was a bit of a bad time dash from Tensai, and now Mizzy's going to be able to finish that off in time. So that's going to be Angelic going 2-0 up against multiple world finalists. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, you guys know the Crazy Racoon, they're insane. To go 2-0 up against this team, it's just an insane achievement in itself. Okay, so jumping into the third set here, we have a Brawl, and the map is center stage, I think. I don't think Bridge to Fall was right. That was the last set. That confused me. I don't know what's happening with the broadcast. It is pretty glitched. So we see the draft unfold here quickly. To be fair, I'm pretty surprised about the M's pick. Like, Ems is decent, but I feel like against good players, they know how to keep the distance against Ems, stop her from running up into the grass, and they pick the max. They get the max away from them, and that's definitely, in my opinion, what CR would have wanted, is the max to pair it with the Ems. I guess they were looking for that synergy, but we'll go for Janet instead, which is really interesting. CR always tend to really favor Janet, but the reason why they've gone Janet is into that spike. I think Janet 3-shot spike, which is really good. Also, Janet is underrated on a grassy map. It is pretty good as long as you're not facing off against tanks, and pretty much as long as you pick it as a last pick, it's probably the only way it's viable. Otis as well. Otis is pretty decent overall. In terms of compositions, I would still probably prefer Angelic's in all honesty, but the positioning and just the aura of Tensai is just too much. He just got so much control right there. Side Tampo manages to sneak through. No way he scores this, right? He just scored that? What? Hello? Why are they so scared of it? I know it's Side Tampo, but come on, that is like Brawl 101. Like, I would expect that goal to go in like 3 years ago. That was, I don't know, a little bit of a miscommunication maybe. I guess both players were just scared because Ems's gadget would mean a free kill, but in that position, you've just got to go for the ball. But I guess Sad Tampo quickly knew the situation was rising and managed to score. So good super from Mega there on the spike. Sad Tampo should go. Somehow he dodges that curveball. Also, like, I would think going spike against like the best mechanical players in the world wouldn't be the best idea, mainly because they can dodge curveball quite effectively. But I guess, you know, he's been putting out some decent numbers, to be fair, with spike. But the ball's in the corner already for CR. They've got all ball control. We've got an M super here. Moya's just running through the grass, and it's just cycled aggression. This is like a perfect map for CR. They know how to cycle the aggression really well. Like, one goes in, one heals up. See, Otis is healing up right here. The other two players will start to push forward. I mean, Mizzy keeps on shooting, but he's low. He's one shot himself, so that's going to allow Moya to heal up, push forward, get the kill onto Mizzy, and that's going to be Spike dead as well. And that's going to be CR getting that kill and getting the goal. So beautiful so far from CR. Again, I was expecting a little bit different, but it's just all about the pressure. You've seen Tensai do this for years now. One clip that always brings back a funny memory is, oh, what map was it? Was it Open Space and Gem Grab? You guys know the clip I'm on about, where he was in spawn getting pinched by Zeta, I believe, for ages as a Tara, and he bided so much time. Like, he wasn't really killing anyone. I think he eventually did get a kill, but it was just his positioning on the map. He literally just won them the game. And it's the same here. Like, he's just running down this lane, just dodging, weaving. He's just 1v2ing right here. Great gadget. That should be able to confirm the kill onto Spike pretty much. He is going to go down eventually, but that's just so much pressure. Like, forcing people to pinch you out. Again, this is the type of Brawl Stars that I like to try and teach people as much as possible. You just can't... You can't really teach it in a sense, so you've just got to play the game as much as possible and learn how to do it yourself. Like, you can't just brainlessly run up and do that. So yeah, I kind of appreciate the max opportunity there, but at the same time, without max speed, it's really hard to pull off that kind of like pass off the wall and dash, especially when you're up against Ems with the knockback. So I guess he shouldn't have probably gone for that really without max super, but it doesn't really matter. We didn't really lose much control here. So max super, all of them are low. I would say that this is going to be an easy goal, surely, with the max dash as well. And he's able to score pretty easily. I mean, he was on 40 HP. That was pretty close, but with max and Brawl, it's just such an easy goal. So Tensai, I think is he running the other star power? I'm not sure. Sometimes he likes to run. I don't think he is. So I've seen him sometimes use the other Janet star power where it reveals him the grass, but I'm pretty sure he's just using the typical one. But again, position is always on the side of CR. Like, they have him all the way pinned back. Amber's going to lock on to... He still gets the kill. How does he still stay alive? That is just crazy. And now Tampa can respawn. He'll push up. Moya's getting control on the right-hand side. And, you know, I can just see these guys going one by one down. He just clipped him from the sky. I've never seen anyone get that much damage with a Janet super. Normally, you can, like, dodge and weave the attacks pretty easily, but he just dropped nukes on them, literally. It's now going into overtime. In terms of compositions, you would easily say that Angelic have the comp for overtime, but if CR can get positioning just before overtime pops, then they have a good chance. Kanga gets the ball, tries to pass it over to Amber. Tensai just survives. Mizzy probably overextends a little bit there. Moya gets the killer onto Spike as well, and they're kind of just capitulating here. I feel like they had all of the control, and with just some unfortunate timings, they lose it all. Saitampo gets the kill there, does get taken down by Meguva. Now in overtime, Curveball's not really going to hit these guys too much, I suppose, but Max, Amber, just all of these brawlers have good range, so I feel like once they get a max speed, they should be able to score in this scenario. I'll definitely put my money on it. Mizzy's going to go for super on Moya. Unfortunately, completely misses. Now Moya's got a lot of positioning. Like, that missed Amber super was pretty bad. They need to deal with Moya more than anyone right now. I'm not too sure why they're not pinching him out as soon as possible, but then again, they've got good ball control here. Kenga's going to go for the shot, and he actually gets that in. I was surprised there. I guess they knew more than me. They must have been close to super. That was crazy. That was great. Fair play to him. Fair play. That was a really, really good goal. Managing to squeeze that in so quickly. I didn't expect it. So now, Angelic are one set away from sweeping Crazy Racoon. This is the scenario we're in right now. Angelic, a team that I believe have pretty much never been able to even play in the qualifiers. Never mind reach a monthly final. Never mind reach a final of a monthly final. Never mind even like get into worlds, for example, reaching a LAN. CR have done it all, but it doesn't even matter because they can just run up the map and score like that. You just can't teach it. You really can't. Time and time again, these guys just know how to dodge and weave. They get value out of every single tile movement. Like, I'm not even joking. This is how cracked they are. Every little movement, they're getting value. They're dodging some attacks. They're getting into position. They're getting clean takedowns. Unfortunately for them, do get taken down pretty quickly here. But again, Saitampo's just using his life so effectively. Moya's getting the pinch. And even though he's going to go down here, it's just bought him enough time to cycle out of death. They get ball control in their hands right there. Saitampo nearly gets the kill. Again, I feel like they should have the lanes on more lockdown here. I feel like they kind of forget about where the ball is sometimes. Saitampo's going to push up, get the kill. That awareness is insane. Like, that's just crazy to me. Kanga gets a really important kill right there. If not, then I think Crazy Racoon probably would have scored there. So now, I mean, Crazy Racoon get the early goal. The thing is, you got to switch on from the second the game starts, because now you've got a minute left to score. Campo again is just doing work. Like, M's in the bush is a scary prospect. Let's just admit that. As soon as you lose position on this map, it is pretty hard to fight back. You really need to find a kill out of nowhere, essentially. Max dash into their faces, and yeah, this is looking all but over. Moya would have some good positioning. He's able to push forward, and they can just score like that. So a good fight back from CR overall. The positioning, the awareness was just too much from really good team play. Let's hop into the next. Now we're diving into set number 4. We have Ring of Fire on Hot Zone. First pick, Bell from Crazy Racoon. This is what I'm saying with the Bell pick. It's just so good. The Piper response to the Bell, I never really liked that, especially on Ring of Fire. I do like Valari and Lori, but I don't know. Piper, literally for the longest time, has always been overrated on Ring of Fire, in my opinion. It's just really hard to actually get any time with a Piper. That's the problem. Like, Piper might counter the Bell, but now we've got a Meg. Now we've got a Carl. Last pick, Sam. I mean, maybe they're in their mind, they baited the opponents into going aggressive picks, so then they could get a last pick Sam. Believe it or not, it's literally like one of Sam's best maps, because you can just do this, get into the grass, do damage. I mean, that is some beautiful play from Kanga. The kind of awareness there to kind of bait them out, to make you think you're going to go straight back for the knuckle dusters, whatever they're called, his super. I don't even, what do you guys call them? Like, I don't know, gloves? Sam's gloves, that makes more sense, don't it? Yeah. But I guess, like, he's getting good positioning, but still they're pinching him out really quickly, and by the time they pinched him out, they can just push forward on the zone. So again, like, Piper just can't really sit on the zone, especially against big counters. So I don't know what brawler would have gone it instead of that, but maybe like a Byron to really count. I just don't know. Just Piper just is never it. Like, look at that, just getting absolutely destroyed. It's actually hilarious how Saitampo's using the other gadget here, which does do a lot of damage. I still probably would prefer Flying Hook, but what do I know? Why am I debating what one of the best players in the world is going in terms of the builds? But yeah, the damage with it is insane. That is a really good play to try and get maximum damage. But Mizzy with a knockback there. That's going to be some good gadget play from Sam overall. And I get like, CR just playing this beautifully, even though they're up against this Sam. Side tempo's doing the same to them. That's what you got to do. What people make the mistake is like a bad call. What they'll do is that they'll focus on a Sam and they'll try and defend him the whole time. You've just got to try and do what Sam's doing on his side. You've got to do it to them. So Cole's going to go on the aggressive, do exactly that. But it doesn't matter because Meg and Belle have just been doing wonders on that zone, and now they're already like one set away from leveling things up. The funny thing is that I always say about Tensai or just Crazy Racoon in general, like I remember when they were 2 sets down against, oh, who was it, Chasmac Brazil, I think. Was it Chasmac Brazil? I think it was Chasmac Brazil or Latam, like 2 years ago in Paris. And like Tensai was laughing. That just always sticks for me. Like he was 2-0 down in sets in the quarterfinals, whatever. He was laughing. That is just elite mentality. How are you supposed to break these guys mentally? Like again, they're 2-0 down in sets and you just doesn't even see him phased. Most people will be tilted. Me myself, I used to lose a plot. Like I probably would have just got 3-0 swept back in my days, but this guy is just different. Tensai tapping as well. The thing is, Belle can actually win a Piper matchup nowadays, especially with Hypercharge as well. So I wouldn't even say that Piper is the biggest Belle counter anymore. Like Hypercharge just wins the interactions too much. Belle's too good of a brawler now. Like literally, I'll put Belle in top 5 personally. I may be a bit biased, but that's how strongly I feel about Belle. Again, Moya's just running onto the zone. There's nothing that they can do. They've got no direct damage to the Meg, which is just crazy to me. I don't know how they really drafted like that. I think the Sam pick was just too adventurous. I don't know. I felt like they're being too flashy with it. Like, me myself, I don't really recognize too much good Sam games because I'm not a good Sam player myself, but I would have thought this would have been an amazing Sam game. I would have probably rather gone like a Lou, I was thinking of Lola. Yeah, Lola's still could have been played. I know Lola's not really, actually no, Lola's not the greatest against Carl and Belle. I just preferred something to deal with that Meg and Cole. I think Lou would have been an underrated one for sure. Trying to think of any other picks off the top of my head. I can't really think of too many, to be honest. Maybe even like a Jessie, for example. Jessie would get a lot of value against that. I just don't know. There's just nothing against this Meg. Like Meg's just spamming gadgets. Piper's damage is doing nothing. The Knuckle Busters aren't going to do anything here. The gadget was missed. It's just beautiful from CR overall. Tensai's just going to sit on the super as well because he's got no gadgets left. That's going to be pinched down and it's just beautiful from CR. To be fair, they've got a lot more percentage this time around Angelic, but the name of the game literally is to get percentage. Just don't be afraid to send 2 people on the zone pretty much at all times. Just sit on the zone, even if you have to die. Well, if you're about to die, for example. That is just beautiful, beautiful cycling from Crazy Racoon. They get a clean game in Ring of Fire, and we're going to set 5. So jumping into the 5th and final set here. Winner takes all for the first monthly final at APAC. It doesn't matter what region, the first month is always the most important. So now we've got Double Swoosh. First pick, Jean. Second pick, Angelo. Jean, I would say Angelo still is the better pick here. It's just Angelo. Angelo's best brawler in the game. And you can just one-shot everyone. So the Pam coming out from Crazy Racoon. We've got Amber, who is just really consistent. And they go with a Pearl. So we'll go with big HP brawlers here to take on both Angelo and the Amber. So Tara last pick into that. It's okay. Tara's kind of fallen off, though. Something interesting to see. Also, I quickly had a thought just before this game. Who could have countered that? I bet you guys were screaming it. Surely Colette would have been an amazing counter pick to Meg and Carl. Literally, Colette is one of the best counters to those brawlers. So excuse my dog making noises in the background. He's lost the plot while streaming. But that's going to be a good takedown from Kanga here. I mean, Pearl kind of has fallen down the rankings a little bit here. She's probably like in the B/A tier. I've not really seen her play too much. But in Double Swoosh, everyone seems to use it. I guess it's because you can just scout the bushes really easily. And you can easily just sit back with Pearl, heat up, and then if someone pushes your lane, by the time they've pushed up, you've got a gadget and you can just run into them so easily. I mean, Side Tampa's doing a fantastic job so far. That's going to be a great pull from Kanga. Should be able to get a kill onto Tensai. Love to see it. Again, it's going to be hard for Amber to really deal with Side Tampa once the map is fully opened up. But with Tara, with the gadgets, should be able to deal with Jean somewhat. I do like that. That's always been like a good counter to Jean because you've got the Tara gadgets. You've also got the star power if you're using the other star. Well, just any of the star powers kind of counters Jean, to be fair. That's a pretty wild Pam turret placement. I kind of like that, to be fair. Mego gets an unbelievable snipe onto Side Tempo. Side Tempo probably should have ran over to Moya a bit quicker there. But that's going to be a pull from Moya. Somehow he's able to jump out, survive there. That is really well played. I feel like, I don't know whether I could have got a kill. It's pretty hard when it's just a solo Gene, but Mego is just doing things on his Angelo. He's tapping everybody. Unfortunately, it's not like fully charged up, but he's getting a lot of pressure. He's stopping their health regen and being annoying for sure. He's still going to have maybe 1-2 jumps left at least here, which is going to be good, but needs to start hitting shots. Side Tempo now has his hypercharge here, which is going to be really fantastic for him. Another super for Megu, a great super from Kango. So now they need to go. I know there's a gene pool, but someone just needs to go. They need to go for it. Good super from Amber there. It's able to connect. Miss gene pool. Side Tempo's going in crazy right here, getting a lot of pressure. So even though the gems are going the way of Angelic so far, it's just beautiful cycling of control there from CR. Now Side Tempo is fully HP again. That's a good snipe from Megovo, but the Pam turret is a good counter right here to Angelo. I like the placement so far. I mean, these are some good PAM turrets. Normally, they're just taken down really easily. Good pinch, though, from Angelic so far. Side Tempo gets the gems, though, in time. This is just crazy. I don't even know what's happening on the screen. Tensai somehow isn't dead with the PAM. Bro, these guys aren't dying. Like, what? They've got Gene Heals and PAM turrets. I thought the whole team should have just died then. Somehow they're able to stay alive. The 13th gem going their way. This could literally go down to the wire. This is an absolutely unbelievable game right here. Mego goes for it. Hesitates, though. Could have probably got that gem with the jump. I don't know, but it just falls apart at the worst moment. But that's just some insane game. How did they stay alive there? That's hilarious. Gene Heals and Pam, like, I need to rewind that because I felt like with a few more pieces of ammo, a few quicker ticks of the Amber Super, and they would have been dead. But that's just crazy to me. It's the weird plays like that which I find beautiful. Like, we know they're good mechanic players, but just the fact that you know that you're going to stay alive with a Pam healing there and just continue on with the aggression. I feel like that's so winnable for Angelic, though, but that's just what makes or breaks good teams. It's those small, fine margins, those little spaces of room for error. And like CR, they hardly ever slip up. So when they do, you need to take advantage of it as soon as possible. So you can't hesitate against these guys either. You've just got to go for it. So unfortunately, again, the Amber lane's got to lose out. I think CR drafted really great into an Amber, to be fair. Definitely going to note that down for when I get Double Swoosh next, which I never seem to get in ranked. But anyways, Pam is going to struggle against Tara for a little while until Kanga kind of bursts through the gadgets here. I think, that's way too aggressive from Kanga there, especially with the Pam turret. Like, you're just not killing Pam once she gets turret. Again, Tensai's going to go in really aggro here. Moya's got pull. Probably going to use... No, it's not going to use it yet. Kanga probably with a bit of a wasted gadget. Tensai with another super, bro. He's going in crazy right here. Like, I knew Pam was underrated, but the way Tensai's playing it is just absolutely beautiful. Mizzy's going to pop gadget here. Got a I know he gets the super onto Side Tempo. He can't actually survive there, unfortunately. Pam turret's going to go down. I feel like... I know Mego's got a lot on his plate right here, but they need to get those Pam turrets down quicker or do something. Maybe switch match. I don't know what they could possibly do. I guess Tara's not going to be good into Peril, really. It's just Tara in this meta. I feel like even though it's her best map, I just felt like there's maybe better brawlers. Even though he's playing it good, like he's getting kills with on 10 side. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. You can kill him as many times as possible. This guy is regaining his lane. He's getting so much pressure. They're getting so many gems. Now Kanga's got a lot of control, though. He's got another Tara super. That is a wasted pull if I've ever seen one. Like, I've seen some bad wasted pulls, especially from Tom. But that was a bad pull. I guess the pressure kind of got to him. He saw the opportune moment, and he kind of flapped it, unfortunately. It's just crumbling at the worst moment. I feel so bad for Angelic. Crazy Racoon, they're going to clutch up, but that's just painful. I guess they've got to put their hands up and be proud. Like, to be in this position, they could have actually not easily won. They had set point a couple of times in a row. They could have won that for sure. But that's why CR are so good, because they managed to clutch in situations where you might underrate them. Again, the occasion might have maybe got some nerves, you know. You got to put your hands up. That's a fantastic first attempt from Angelic. And I'm excited to watch the next time these guys face off. I'm definitely going to wake up early and watch Angelic play again, because I love stuff like that. Big underdog stories, you know, especially new players coming to the scene and just making a statement like that. You couldn't ask for anything better. So big congrats to CR. Again, you can't discredit them ever. A reverse sweep is just beautiful to see, no matter who you support. So that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.